All right, welcome everybody to the Wednesday afternoon Elite Series call. We have a special guest speaker today with us, Karla, but I want to remind you guys briefly, as you guys know, I don't talk about announcements that much because you can get all the announcements on the National Wake Up Call and in the Beachbody Challenge page and in your Coach Online office. There's like a breaking news and it just shows everything that's coming up, new product releases, everything like that. So the one thing I do want to remind you guys about is the Take Action Challenge. We've had so many, like I can't even number them. There's like at least 30 coaches on our team that have earned like a prize over the past 5 weeks. Like Kira Ward, for example, she won $500 twice. Like Beth Isbell won some money. She won a trip to Hard Rock Riviera. One of our coaches earned a call with Karla Degal. Multiple coaches have earned $100. And I'm going to give you guys an example. I've been taking massive action on this because one thing I want you guys to know about coaching is your team will do they'll replicate the actions that you take. So I've really dived into it 100%. And to give you guys an example, the first week we won $100. The second week we won a $250 apparel. The third week we won $500. And then we just won a trip for two to Unico in Riviera Maya. And it's not luck, guys. But that's what I want you guys to understand about this business. It's taking action. That's why I love the name of the challenge, the Take Action Challenge. I'm going to give you guys just one quick advice that I've been helping some of my newer coaches with, and coaches that have come to me and be like, okay, but I don't have hundreds of people to invite to a bod group or to accept into a bod group. What you can do is you can create like create a bod group and have it like, it would be like a free group to introduce our workouts and meal plans or nutrition ideas and the community aspect to introduce people. Kind of like a sneak peek type group. And then what you can do is take the free sample workouts. There's like at least 10 of the programs have a free sample workout. And then what you can do is make it like a 10-day group or a 14-day group and drop one free sample every day and let them sample the workouts. So that way when you're inviting people, you can say, hey, I have a free group where you get to, you can try these samples of all these different workouts. And then you could invite every friend on your Facebook or every follower on your Instagram, every contact in your cell phone to come try some of these workouts for free with no obligations. Every time you send out 5 invitations, you get your name in that drawing once. Every time that somebody enters your group, you get your name in the drawing again. And then the other way to earn points or get your name in the drawing is by filling out the digital business activity tracker. And I'm a pen and paper type of person. So I had to specifically transition and change my ways for this challenge. And I haven't missed a day of logging my BAT for 5 weeks in the digital activity tracker. My wife and I both. All you do is go on your cell phone, log into the Coach Online office. It's right there on the first page when you pull up on your cell phone. Just track every single day your activities. And if you do that, and I can't remember, it's like 70% filled or 60%. I can't remember. I just filled out 100%. 50? Okay, if it's 50% filled out in a day, you get your name in the drawing once a day. Guys, so I should know that, but you either do it or don't do it person. So, okay, with that being said, I'm going to introduce our speaker. I want you guys, there's still like a month and a half left of that challenge. Like I'm putting out to the universe, we're going to earn one of those new MYX mixed bikes. That's my goal. So I'm aggressively doing this. So our guest speaker today is Karla Lopez. She has lost 27 pounds with these home workouts, meal plans. Exciting news. She's pregnant with their first child. They're going to have a son in June, which is exciting. But prior to her story, she'll share a lot of this, but she struggled with depression, a lot of other things, and working out and good nutrition helped change that for her. And now she's fallen in love with helping other people. She leads a 6-star diamond team. She led her team to elite in 2021, which is absolutely incredible. And one thing I want you guys to know is she is like her native language, like Gabby, is Spanish. And so she's going outside of her comfort zone to be able to speak English today. So I love that she's doing that. And it's a great example of probably why she's built her business to where it's at, because she's willing to step outside of her comfort zone. So with that being said, Karla, it's all yours.
Thank you, Scotty. I'm so excited. And at the same time, at the beginning of this call, I was like, you don't have to be nervous, because at the end, we're all like a family, so everything is permitted. If I say something wrong, just let me know. I don't gonna get offended, because that's the way that I'm gonna learn. So I'm gonna be sharing my screen really quick. I just have a quick presentation for you guys right here. Let's see. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, just something so that way we can go through this call and you guys can know me a little bit better. And I hope that this call can motivate you and can put, just like align you to the next level. Just to let you know a little bit of my story, like Scotty said, I had lost 27 pounds, but I lost a lot of inches. This picture over here, the one with my swimwear, I was in Mexico. This was this past October. I was 5 weeks pregnant already, and I didn't have an idea that I was pregnant at that point. But I was living my best life, because I was like, in this past year, I've been a coach for 5 years. I've been like, I can say, cuando uno se hunde, I've been like completely into like personal development. I've been like working on myself completely, and you can see a different Karla, because you can, like, this picture over here, the one with my black top, that was my first day of my challenge, and I couldn't even take a picture of my face. That was like, I was like in a very low season in my life. I was just recently married. I was having so many troubles at home, like financial troubles. And my life was not, I was feeling at that point that I didn't have like a reason, or I didn't have like a purpose in life. I came to United States just to go to law school. And when I went to the school that I was accepted, I realized that that was not my dream anymore. And in addition, that the language, it was going to be like something very hard for me. So I decided to drop off. But all those things, they were working in my mind, and they were like, every day reminding me, oh, you didn't do anything. You didn't accomplish what you was looking for. And that was like in my weight, that was in my marriage, that was in my at work, because I was feeling incomplete just because of a career that I didn't finish, because I decided not to finish. So that's when I decided to join Beachbody in 2015, I think. Yes. After following my coach for 1 year, my coach is a ER doctor, and I was looking at her stories, and well, at that point there were no stories, but it was posts, and she was saying, and she was like posting like frequently regarding that no matter that she's been working for 12 hours in the ER, she was getting results. And I was like, okay, I'm working a lot as well. I only have 1 day off a week. I think that I can have results. And I was trying everything in my life. Like when I say everything, I was trying like even pretty much, I was just waiting just to have a kid, just to go to Colombia and do a surgery and get like new, because I was not willing to sacrifice other things. So that's when I joined Beachbody. I decided to join with a coach membership just to have a discount. I didn't believe in any of this kind of company, network marketing company. I was like, no way, I don't want to do this. I cannot even smile while I'm talking. So this is not for me. And for my like my surprise, everything changed when my coach said, if you want to have your Shakeology for free, you only need to recruit 3 person a month. And I said, like, really? Is that easy? I'm like, I think that I'm gonna do that, because I'm gonna get my Shakeology for free. So I'm gonna be able to lose all the weight that I need to lose. And in addition, I'm gonna be able to get some extra money. I said, okay, perfect. I remember that the day that she said that, I was like, Carly's on a mission. That day I finished my call with her, It was a call that I was very excited and nervous at the same time, because my coach, she speaks English, and if my English is not that good right now, at that point it was worse. So I was like, oh my God, how are I gonna do this? But everything was just getting me out of my comfort zone. So I decided to start helping people, but at that point I was not into building a business. So that's something that we need to realize, because sometimes we say, oh yes, I'm doing the business, but you need to figure it out exactly what are your goals and what is your why, because otherwise you're going to be working for things, and then you can be frustrated if you don't achieve certain things, but you're not taking the actions necessary to just go to the next level. So those first that first year I was just working as a hobby coach, because I was loving my results. I was loving and I was like, that was like, oh, I'm finding a passion of helping others. So I was helping a lot of people. My group was having excellent results, like 50 pounds, 60 pounds. So it was like, everybody was like, oh, I need to join the group. And in addition, that was like kind of my motivation as well, to wake up every morning and say like, oh, they're counting with me, I need to show up. And that was one of the first things that I said since I recruit my first person. I said, wow, one person believe that I can do this. I cannot let them like alone in this journey. So that has been my goal, no matter in any season in my life. I always been there, because I say I need to show up, because they let me the chance to help them, so I cannot let them by themselves. So just by telling you a little bit of my story, so one of the things that I did right away when I started as a coach, even though that I was doing this as a hobby, it was that I was engaged in every activity that Beachbody, like any super weekend, any coach summit. And that was helping me, in addition to get out of my comfort. So I'm going to use that word a lot in this call, because that's what has been my journey. In addition to that, that was helping me to build relationships, because this business at the end of the day is relationships. And I remember my first super weekend was in Miami with Diesel Core. I think that a lot of people know about Cristina Delgado. And I remember that after that event, I said, oh, this is different of what I was thinking. There's another level that I need to approach. And I remember after that event, like in 2 months, that's when I became a diamond. But I was still in that mood of like just doing it as a hobby, but I was like helping others. And in this event in particular, the one that you guys see in the picture in the presentation, this was Coach Summit, if I'm not mistaken, 2018, I believe 2018, when Idalis Velázquez came with the program of Mes de Más. And when I saw Irene is one of the 15 star. I saw Catalina. So all these girls that for me are like some like great example, Carmen Melgoza. So I said, wow, and I'm with them here in this stage. And I won something. I don't remember what I won with them. And I was like winning the recognition. Idalis was going to give me a hug at that point. And after that event, I remember that one of the coaches from my team, her name is Chelsea Hiller, and she said, Karla, you know what? I've been looking at you. I've been like checking you all these years, and you have something that I don't have. And it's that you do little things, but you don't have a guidance to get into the big stuff. You want to be my success partner. And I said, oh, yes, because for me, she was like, wow, she's a teacher. For me, she was an example. And I was already looking forward, like for her, like example in the coaching life. I said, yes, let's do this. So after that event, my mentality, my vision started to change. And I said, I need to build a team. This is not anymore a hobby. This is something that that has been blessing my life all this year. And I think that it can bless a lot of other families as well. And I need to take it seriously. So we started doing something that it was probably is something silly, but we commit to pay $1 for every activity in the Success Club activity tracker. So we were doing and checking every week, and we said, like, if you don't do the activity, we have to be honest, because at the end of the day, we want to see results. So we were paying $1. And some weeks I remember, until we got into the routine, we were paying like $33 and things like that. And we were like, no way, this is nothing to, we need to work. So we were doing that all 2019 after Summit. We were doing that in 2020. And that's when both achieved Premier. And that was like, we said like, wow, like, you see how little things took us as a compound effect for bigger things in the business. And that's when we realized that it was not about like the big actions, it was about the small actions and to be consistent. So long story short, that's when we create as well. By the way, this one is Chelsea, the one over here. That's when we create the market console in the Spanish market in Orlando. We had the privilege of bringing, I forgot her name, from MBF. What is her name, Scotty? Megan, yes. So we brought Megan, we brought Josh as one of the events that we did, and we've been building the community in my case, in the Spanish market here in Orlando, Florida. So just to you guys know a little bit of my story, now I want to talk to you about some of the strategies or some of the things that I had to confront in my life in order to go to the next level. And the first thing was to dip in my personal development. I think that if you focus on others and you forget to focus on yourself, it's going to be really hard that you change. Or you can change because you can have a transformation, but that transformation is not going to be like something that is going to be for life, pretty much. Because I was like losing 10 pounds, gaining 10 pounds, and that was not a real transformation. And it was not until I said, no, like my transformation needs to come from my inside out. That's when I see like results that were going to be for life. And that's why I put this first picture, because in this transformation picture, I was already like 3 years in Beachbody, and look at my, like, I know that we don't want to be like comparing, but you can see like a big difference in my change in my whole body, but at the same time in my smile, because I was feeling confident. I was feeling completely different, but it was because I was feeling completely different as well. So something that you need, if you want to go to the next level, you need to go deep in personal development. And it's not only go deep in a personal development that it will grow your business, is that you need to emphasize on those things that you need to, that that like that you need help with. For example, at that point, I was separated from my husband, and I said, I need to work a lot in my self-confidence. And I was working with a book with self-confidence, but I was working as well with other books of how to wake up early, or how to do certain things in less period of time. So those are things that you need to focus in order to grow and to go to the next level. The second thing, it was to trust in yourself. In this business, you're going to see a lot of people that they're going to come and they will go. And at the beginning, every time that happened, I was feeling so devastated that I was thinking that that was my problem or it was because of me. So when you believe in yourself, when you believe that what you're providing is a change of life, is a blessing for others, you know what? A lot of people are going to come, a lot of people are going to stay, a lot of people are going to leave and they're going to go. So you have to bless and release, and you need to trust that your vision is your vision. And you are the one that needs to work hard in order to make that happen, because obviously it's a team effort, but they're going to see your example in order to, like what Scotty said, if everybody's doing, if I'm doing this in the action I challenge, everybody's going to start doing it as well. And that's true. Whenever my coaches start seeing me doing Success Club, like high numbers, whenever they saw me like getting recognized, they were like, oh, I want to do that. I want to be part of that. And that's why we said that the energy is contagious, and you don't have to say things in order that other people can see that you're doing different things. And that's why you get like other things happens in your life. So trust in yourself, trust in your vision. At the end of the day, that's your vision, and you only need to work hard in order to get it. And this picture in March, like in the middle of the pandemic, I was like looking for a house, but I was so scared because I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if the market was going to crash, and I didn't know anything. Even like I used to work. I'm not a full-time coach, but I used to work, and I didn't know if my business was going to sustain during this period of life. And like everybody was crazy, saying so many things. So, and I believe in myself. I believe in my vision. I was able, thanks to Beachbody, that Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of success, but I was able to pay all my debts, and I was able to buy my first house only in my name with my income, thanks to Beachbody. So, and it's because I was believing that it was possible. And you see that an empty wall, for me at that point, it was still a dream, because it was my first time that I was showing the house to one of my family members. So it was not my house yet, but I was like working hard. I said like, oh, every week I need to make this amount of money with Beachbody. I need to do this. And that was that was the fire in order for me to go to bed late, to wake up early, and to work hard for those things that they were going to come into like real life, because it was not going to be only like money. It was going to be like a house that I was dreaming all this time. So that happened thanks to like all these changes that I believe that I make in my life of personal development, and to trust in myself. And then I was having a call this Monday, and I was teaching my team the road to elite. And sometimes, well, I think that always, if you don't know where you're going, it's going to be hard for you to get into whatever you want to go. And all this time, I said, oh, yes, I see 15 style, I see elite, but I didn't know what I need to do in order to get into that level. So knowledge is power. And at the end of the day, if you don't know something, it's going to be hard that you get into there. It's the same thing. If you want to go to an address and you don't know the address and you don't put the GPS, you're going to get lost. And that's what was happening to me. I didn't know what to do next. So I remember that I said this past year, well, somebody give me a challenge and said, like, I want that you be a speaker in the Coach Summit, but you need to be 2-star in order to do that. And I said, let's do it. Come with me. We're going to do it. At that point, I was just 1 star. And she told me, but are you sure you can do it? I'm like, yes, of course. I'm like, I just gonna need a meeting with you and you're gonna tell me what I need to do. And that's exactly what, like, whenever I knew what to do in order for those to start, that's what it was taking me. Oh, I need to go now to the next level. I need to go to the next level. And the power of having a clear vision and visualizing the your life into the next level, I think is very powerful as well. So this picture is whenever we received the call that we were Team Elite 2021. And something that it teach me from this past year, it was like, I've been one of those coaches that I don't like recognition. And in this process, you need to learn that you deserve to celebrate every step. And sometimes we see things and we say, oh, but that's nothing, like why we're like celebrating that. But at the end of the day, it took a lot of effort in order to get into that point. And whenever we were doing the call for the elite, I was like, wow, so many years that I was thinking, how are I gonna act whenever I received that call? And my husband that night, he said, do you remember? And I have this in here that I want to show you guys. He said to me, do you remember every night that you used to go through the whole house with your flag? This was the flag whenever I got the 1 star, saying that you was going to be an elite team. So he said, like, this is the power of visualization at the end of the day, because I was like working, but at the same time believing that it was going to be possible. So all of this, I want to say to you that we all have different seasons, different stages in life. And no matter what stage are you in today, you only need to go deep into yourself and just think, how am I going to take advantage of this moment and be vulnerable to talk to people regarding like what's going on in my life. And that's how you're going to build a team. That's how you're going to go to the next level, because you are real. You are showing yourself as you are, and that's what people likes. And that's how you're going to be able to achieve a lot of things. And get out of your comfort zone. At the end of the day, whenever I got pregnant, I was kind of scared. I said like, oh my God, what am I going to do after achieving so many things in 2020? What am I gonna do now with a belly? my team is my belly, and it's like not with a belly. So I was like so scared, like being very honest with you guys. But we need to embrace every season, and every season is going to take us to the next level. We only have to go deep in, let the season define us, but but taking control of what we can do during that season. And that's one of my big advice for you guys, is that no matter what, remember why you started, and remember that you can you're going to be an example for many other people that are watching you, and they're looking forward to do the same thing, no matter in what stage you are in. So that was my story. That was my presentation. I don't know if you guys have any questions.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. If anybody has a question, I would love to hear you guys ask it, because I don't want to be the only one asking or commenting. But if you have a question, please feel free to unmute yourself and just ask it. While you're thinking about the question though, I want to say something. There's something I heard that I haven't talked about very often lately. So it was a great reminder. Like, it made me tear up a little bit. When you talked about a lot of things, like doing the small things every single day. They're not big, great things. Getting accountability partners, like somebody that has different strength than you. But then when you talked about walking around your house with that flag saying, I'm an elite, like we're an elite team, it just reminded me of the importance of knowing what it is that you want to accomplish, which you touched on as well, and then acting and speaking as if it's already happened. Like, it just made me like tear up, because it reminded me of in my journey, like every single little step, like I'm not going to name them all, but like one of them, I remember I used to call myself, like, I'm that weirdo in my backyard. I would sit in the hot tub And I would be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this house is paid off. Like, it feels so good to not have to worry about this debt. Like, I would like say that out loud before. And it was while I was working towards that goal of paying it off. And it was like a miracle happened that we hit that goal like way faster than we thought possible, because I set a deadline as well to be able to be celebrated on stage at Summit for that. Like, I had to cut my goal time in half for Summit recognition, and it seemed impossible. The numbers weren't there, but I did that every day, and then just did those little things massively every day, and it happened. And so when I heard that, I was like, oh, that's one of the main reasons she led her team to elite. She does the daily things, and she walked around her house chanting it as if it already happened. I love that. I just wanted to point that out to anybody that's, you know, watching this call. Get clear on your goals, and then speak to yourself and act like the person that's already accomplished that. Cool. Do you have any questions? Anybody else? E-Man, you got one? Okay. All right. Well, Karla, I'm just letting Melissa in as we're signing out. So I want to say thank you for sharing your story. I love that you got outside your comfort zone as well and did it in English for us. Because guys, I had it scheduled as a Spanish call, and I was going to bring like Melissa Zeidler and her team and some of the other Spanish speaking, but I was like, no, I want her to speak in English so that we can all listen to this call. So thank you so much, Karla. We're so proud of you and what you've accomplished in helping lead the Spanish market, and for teaching us just those amazing basic simple principles through your example that we can follow. And we're excited to see your journey as you have your baby next month and start into the life of motherhood. Thank you.
Muchas gracias. Thank you, Scotty. And thank you everyone for being here.
Bye-bye, guys. See ya.